Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to create Salesforce lead from new Google Sheets tables row. So are you also using Google Sheets and Salesforce for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same. I'm running a software solutions company and we add the details of our potential customers in a Google Sheet table. And now I want that as soon as I add a new row in the table, which is as soon as I add the details of the potential customers, automatically with the help of same details, a new lead should be created in my Salesforce account too, so that my sales team can get the immediate access to all the leads and also follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Google Sheets and Salesforce. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So I'm going to do all of this because I want to convert my potential customers into paying clients. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to add Salesforce lead from new Google Sheets table row. So as you know that I run a software solutions company and we track potential customers inquiry in our Google Sheets. So over here you can see the sheet I have created, and now I want that as soon as I add the details of a potential customer right over here, automatically with the help of same details a new lead should be created in my Salesforce account too. So this automation ensures that our sales team gets immediate access to the new lead, allowing them to follow up quickly and efficiently, which helps us to maintain a high level of customer engagement and increase our chances of converting inquiries into sales. So yes, to do all of this, I have successfully opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options right over here. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect's account. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation we are going to click on this button which is create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automation, and I want to name my workflow as how to create Salesforce lead from new Google Sheets table row. And then we are going to click on create, and now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now I'm going to select my trigger application, which is Google Sheets, because I want that as soon as a new Google Sheets table row is added, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for Google Sheets and then we are going to select it. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row, and now it is giving me the webhook URL. So with the help of this webhook URL, we are going to create a connection between our Google Sheets account and our Pabbly's workflow. So to do this, we are going to copy this webhook URL first, and then we are going to follow the help text. So it is saying login to your single Google Sheet account. So over here you can see that I've already opened my Google Sheets account, and this is the spreadsheet that I've created with the name lead management. And over here you can see the sheet name. So now to connect this with our Pabbly's workflow, we are going to go on extensions, and then we are going to go on add-ons and then get add-ons. And now after opening our get add-ons window, we are going to search for Pabbly Connect's webhook right over here. So I'm going to search for Pabbly right over here and then Pabbly Connect webhooks. And yes, you can see that I've already installed this webhook. So I'm going to open it, and as you can see that I've already installed this. So that's why it is giving me the option of uninstall. But if you haven't installed this, you can get the option of install right over here, and you can install this extension from here. And as soon as you are going to install this, we are going to refresh the page. It is really important to refresh the page. Again, we are going to go on extensions, and then over here you can see Pabbly Connect webhooks appeared as soon as we added it. So yes, from here we are going to go on initial setup. So as you can see that now it is saying selected sheet. So I have selected my sheet, and now it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So we are going to paste the webhook URL we copied from our workflow, and then for the trigger column we are going to enter the column which is final data column. So over here it is G for me, so I'm going to enter G right over here. And after doing all of this, we are going to click on submit, and yes, you can see setup configured successfully. So this means that we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So I'm going to close this first, and then again we are going to go on extensions, and over here you can see send on event. So we are going to switch on this button. So after switching on this button, what will happen is that as soon as I'm going to fill in the details right over here, that is as soon as a new event is going to occur right over here in my spreadsheet, automatically the details would be sent to my workflow. So now I'm going to test this one. So for the first name, we are going to enter it as demo. I'm going to fill in the dummy details right over here and check for the response. For the last name, we are going to keep it as user. We are going to move on forward. For the company, I'm going to keep it as Pabbly. So I'm going to enter it. For the email, I'm going to keep it as demo@pabblytudes.com. So I'm going to enter it. Then we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the phone number. So I'm going to enter the phone number as this. It is asking me for the source. So I'm going to keep the source as other. It is asking me for the status. So I'm going to select the status as hot lead. So yes, you can see that we have successfully did the test submission, and as soon as I fill this column, automatically these all details has been sent to my workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response of these details or not. So I'm going to open my workflow, and over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response of these details. Over here you can see the first name, the last name, the email, the company, the phone number that we entered. Over here you can see the status, which is hot lead. Over here you can see the spreadsheet name and the source. And yes, with this our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So for our action application, we are going to select Salesforce right over here because I want, as soon as I add the details of my lead in my spreadsheet table, like I added right over here, automatically with the help of same details, a new lead should be created in my Salesforce too. So I'm going to search for Salesforce, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create a lead, and over here you can see the same. So we are going to select it, and then we are going to click on connect, and as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Salesforce account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection and then connect with Salesforce. And as you can see that now it is asking me for the permission. So I'm going to scroll it more. And as you can see that now I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see that we have successfully connected our Salesforce account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the last name. So we are going to map the last name. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received in my Google Sheets. So I'm going to give you an example that over here in the front of last name, suppose I'm going to enter user manually, then this will not change with every new or updated spreadsheet row in my Google Sheets, because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, suppose I'm going to search for last name and I'm going to map user. And yes, if I'm going to map this from the previous response, this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So now we are going to map the first name too. So I'm going to search for first name, and as you can see demo, so we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the title. So as you can see that this is not the required field, so I'm going to leave it as blank. It is asking me for the company, so we are going to map the company. I'm going to search for it, and as you can see Pabbly, so we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. We are going to map the phone number too. So I'm going to search for phone, and as you can see the phone number that we entered, so we are going to map it. We are going to do same for the email also. I'm going to search for it, and as you can see the same, so we are going to map it. And now it is asking me for the website and the description. So as you can see both of these fields are not the required, so I'm going to leave it as blank. And now it is asking me for the lead source. So over here you can see it is saying select the lead source, but if I'm going to select one from this, then this will not change with every new response received. So that's why I'm going to map the lead source to. So I'm going to switch on this mapping button. We are going to erase web from here, and then we are going to search for source, and as you can see others. So we are going to map this. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the status, so I'm going to leave it as blank. It is asking me for the rating, so as you can see that I've kept it as hot lead. So we are going to map the same. So I'm going to switch on this mapping button because I want to map this too. So I'm going to search right over here for hot lead, and as you can see the same, so we are going to map it. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the address, city and country. So as you can see, all of these fields are not the required, so I'm going to leave it as blank, and then we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see over has the ID of our lead and it says success. So this means that we have successfully created a new lead in our Salesforce account with the same details. So I'm going to open my Salesforce and check that if a new lead has been created there or not. So I'm going to open my Salesforce, and over here we are going to go on leads and we are going to refresh this page. And yes, you can see recent item demo user in the left sidebar. So I'm going to open this, and yes, you can see name demo user. Over here you can see the company, the lead source. Over here you can see the rating, the email that we entered and the phone number that we entered. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, I'm going to open my sheets again, and over here we are going to fill in the another details and do another test submission. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as test this time, so I'm going to enter it. Last name as user only, so I'm going to enter it. Then for the company, I'm going to keep it as Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to enter it. And then for the email, I'm going to keep it as testuser@pabblytunes.com, so I'm going to enter it again. And now for the phone number, we are going to enter a dummy phone number right over here. And then for the source, we are going to keep the source as website. And now it is saying status, so I'm going to keep the status as warm lead. And after selecting all of these details, this means that we have successfully did the test submission. And now Google Sheets has sent the details of our submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new lead in our Salesforce account. So I'm going to open my Salesforce and check that if a new lead has been created with the same details or not. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Salesforce account and we are going to refresh this leads page. And yes, you can see user test right over here. A new lead has been created, so I'm going to open this. And yes, you can see name test user. Over you can see the company that we entered. Over you can see the phone number, the email and the rating that we entered. Also you can see the lead source. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. So for our trigger application, we selected Google Sheets. For the trigger event, we selected new or updated spreadsheet row. For the action application, we selected Salesforce, and then for the action event, we selected create lead, because I wanted that as soon as a new row is updated in my Google Sheet, suppose this, automatically with the help of same details, a new lead should be created in my Salesforce account too, so that my sales team gets immediate access to the new leads, allowing them to follow up quickly and efficiently, which helps us to maintain a high level of customer engagement and increase our chances of converting leads into real customers. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the lead I created with the help of my workflow, which is test user, and over here you can see the another lead, which is demo user. So yes, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video, and for your reference I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.